right, so today we have went to see the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and this was actually
My pick.
choice to go see. I mean, I was mildly interested in it. I didn't think a whole lot of going into it.
I mainly really wanted to see it because of the actor who plays Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek. I'm not sure how his name is pronounced, so forgive me if I said it wrong.
Yeah, well, do you know him from? Because I mean,
Now, I know him from a few other movies. Granted, his roles before that I know of were pretty short.
Yeah.
Like Night at the Museum, he was the Egyptian. And he was in the fourth installment. He was in Breaking Dawn, the fourth installment of Twilight. He was Benjamin in that one. He was one of the vampire clans. And then he became really popular, as far as I know, when he went in a show series, but I can't remember the name of the show.
Okay.
And so I saw him in this, and he looks very much like him too. Did a really good job with it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the movie then?
I thought it was good. I really liked it. I really did not know so much about his background story, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I really didn't know anything really about Queen. I mean, so going into this was pretty much learning process for me.
I was surprised at how really sad it was. I mean, I knew it was going to be somewhat sad because, he dies of AIDS. But I didn't really know just how sad it was. But, it just kind of turned around it a little bit.
Did you cry at all at the movie?
I kind of lost it almost a couple of times. I wasn't bawling, but I did. I was like, oh my God.
Well, you know me, right?
Yeah.
So I was very unaffected by, as far as emotionally in that, except for one part, which I actually did shed a tear. That's when his dad hugged him.
Oh yeah, that was a very emotional moment there. That was
nice.
Nice.
That's typically the type of stuff, the more
of what gets you.
lighthearted moment, not necessarily the fact that he's dead. It's really sad moment, but the moment where like he's connected now with his father, something that he never had done. Those moments where you can be. It's kind of like the war horse thing at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing that set me off in that movie really bad. But yeah, that part. I liked the movie too a lot. I was surprised because early on, I thought, this will be okay, probably pretty decent movie. This will probably be more your thing, but as the movie got longer and longer, it's like I enjoyed this more and more about it because one thing I noticed, and I did not know this going into it, it's directed by Bryan Singer, who, of course, is known most for doing many of the X-Men movies and Superman Returns, which there's a part in this movie where he's got the cities kind of titles rolling through, a la Superman, in the original Superman movies and Superman Returns, which he did that. So there's kind of a little bit tribute to that. He does a lot of interesting camera work in the movie too, a lot of it. He really utilizes that in that movie. I thought that was neat. It didn't really take away from things. I thought it was one of his better movies because I've seen Valkyrie, which was one that he did, and that was all right. But I thought this one was definitely better than that. And I also was really... I enjoyed the fact they played most of their big songs in the movie.
Yes, they're more memorable songs.
In fact, that whole ending part of the movie, they basically did the whole Live Aid performance.
Yes, of their performance, yeah.
Which, that concluded with my favorite song that they sing.
Like, they gotta play this sometime.
Well,
and I was like, oh, okay. Because I never actually seen them perform at the Live Aid, even like on
no,
YouTube
but
or anything.
I saw in the trailer that they're singing the song at that. So I'm like, that's going to be their last song because that's going to be basically the perfect thing that ties it, basically, because he's, dying and whatnot. So it's this sort of hoorah conclusion to it. So I kind of figured that was going to happen at the end at a certain point. But, until it actually happens, you don't know for sure. And this was also, we saw this in the Big D, which is one of those specialized theaters. Not quite IMAX, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was really, really nice in there.
The only difference between that and IMAX is IMAX you reserve seating pretty much.
Yeah, you have to reserve the seats.
But
in
with
there,
the Big
more
D,
seating than the Big D.
It's got great sound quality and the visual quality, which this is one of these movies. I think, sometimes you go see a movie, it's like, yeah, it's nice to watch, but you could have watched it at home. This is one where it really benefits to be able to watch it in the theater, particularly a theater like that. Because, like, when they do that Live Aid thing,
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, to be able to do that 20-minute span, whatever it was in the movie, and to just listen to the music and have that whole sort of concert experience. That's when I said this was a movie you had to experience in the theater. So I was glad that got to see it in that facet.
Yep.
So.
It was really interesting. You knew, in the commercials, I didn't know that was Mike Myers.
Oh, well, I didn't either.
I saw his name in the credits in the intro, and I'm like, oh, he's in here. And then it took me a while. I'm like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it was just kind of funny, them kind of joking about how, like, oh, this is not going to be a headbanger and listening in the car. I'm like,
I heard you kind of making noise over there when they,
because they're talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, and then Mike Myers' character is saying like, oh, this is not going to be something that you would headbang in a car. I'm like,
it's like, well, this is Wayne's World, guys, so there you go.
Trying.
In fact, that's the first time I ever heard that song. I think
that's the first time I ever heard that song without really even realizing it.
Wayne's World. I had no idea. Bohemian Rhapsody before then.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we talked about the Mike Myers thing. That was interesting too. Not a whole lot you want. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I thought the acting was very good in this movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't know how well received this movie was. I know sometimes singers' movies in this type are not always received very well, although he did very good with Usual Suspects. That was one of his bigger movies, but that was but like his biopic type movies usually aren't as well received. So I don't know how this one was, but I thought this was definitely quality stuff that they brought to it.
Yeah, it's not just see, in the previews, commercials, when you watch them, most of what I've seen was them talking about Bohemian Rhapsody and then some of their other songs. So I'm like, okay, this is just a history of like where they came from and then that sort of jazz. But it's a lot more than that. There's drama to it, and the acting is really spectacular in it. And then the music really brings it out too, and especially in the end too.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it was a lot better than what, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely maximized on it. I do like a lot of Bryan Singer's stuff that he does, so I thought this one had potential when I saw that he was attached to it, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
So we got a few trailers came out. The one that really stuck out to me that I could think of right away saw the trailer for Rocket Man.
Yes, I thought, well, this is interesting. They're bringing a preview of a movie about a singer, and then we're going to see a band movie too. So
right?
it was just interesting, and plus, I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything about it? Before then?
I heard the trailer had come out for Rocket Man, and that
Okay.
it was.
See, I didn't know anything that they were doing a
I
movie on
even-
Elton John.
Heard about who the actor was, but I forget who he was now. But he was somebody that's been lead actor in a few movies not too long ago. So he'll be somebody
looks
that you
interesting.
know. I don't know how that movie's going to be because it said based by a true
fantasy. Which, okay, is it true, but some of it's not real? Is it like
Well,
fantasy?
you saw how in the trailer how people were floating and whatnot, so
Yeah.
it is kind of his fantasy, I guess, or whatnot. So I don't know. We'll see. I probably would want to go see that one when it comes out. Depends on what all comes out. It's coming out in the summer, and there is one particular movie I know I will be going to see next year. May 31st, 2019, as a matter of fact, will be the release day of Godzilla King of the Monsters, which should be having a new trailer in the next few weeks. I will be talking about that eventually. I just haven't had opportunity for that one to be uploaded since we've got reviews and Halloween week, and then probably going to try and do a Thanksgiving week and whatnot. Anything else you can think of?
I think that's pretty much it.
All right, I think we're good to go. So, don't know. Generally, we get to about every other week, it seems like, because of work for you. I know if we have off days, and that might work out better. I know there's several movies that are probably worth seeing that are out right now, but it's just the schedule. Let's see. I would expect. No, I don't really have any clue what the next one might be, so we'll just have to see when it happens. So until then, wish you blessings. Bye-bye.